Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the Denver Broncos. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out. Okay, Coach, we are just west of downtown Denver off of I-25 at Empower Field at Mile High. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington Redskins and the Denver Broncos. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. 6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. Second down, Haskins. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
What's that? 24. 19. 54.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Check 24. Check.
Watson on third down. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Check 13. Check 13. Kill.
On second down, it's Lindsay. And it's still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
56. Rush in. Check out.
Here's Watson. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. It's caught inside the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big gain of 39 on third.
You got tight.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Alert flare. 55.
On first and 10, it's Lindsay. He will push his way down to about the 14. The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And it's caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 11 yards there, first down.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Lindsay, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Phillip Lindsay, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point from McManus is good, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now a give right side. It's Carson. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards 2:22 on the clock.
Redskins first down.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And to give this time to the tailback. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Escaping the pressure right. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. They go play action with Haskins. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Switch. 6 guys.
First carry for Royce Freeman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 9.
Reset. 19.
7-7, our score after one.
We got three. We got three, son. We got three. Reset. 19. 59. 56. Mike. 26. Let's go.
Throwing on third down, Watson. He's letting this one go for... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A first down and then some. 36 yards. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
26. Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Hatchet, hatchet. 24. 24. Shit.
On 3rd down, Watson. And he's got his target. That's more. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 39.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw, Watson. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. That one good for 26 and a first down. They'll run with Lindsey. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
This fielded at the 2. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Haskins. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but
yeah,
no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people get credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Watson now on 3rd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Carson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's make these babies cry.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Give the Redskins 13 there on a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now Haskins on 1st down. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Colby Lisenby, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Redskins are going to retake the lead. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Looking to throw again on second down. Watson. The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. First down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, Watson. He'll find Lindsey here. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll bring up second down.
2 yards on the pickup.
Throwing again on second down. Watson. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On first down, Watson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again is Watson. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
A 40-yard attempt.
And McManus able to put it through. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson. It's complete to Fuller. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays, because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone. And that
now Lindsey lost the football, and the Redskins scoop it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Ready.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. This is Carson. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Haskins on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll go again with Lindsey. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
22 seconds. 19. 24. 24 is the mic.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
24 is the mic. I know he ain't got it. Show it up. Hey, 24.
Check 37. Check 37.
To throw is Watson. To throw on 3rd down. He completes this to Sutton. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. On the counter, Lindsey. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
The pass there complete to Sutton. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
56 the mic, boy. 56. Check 59. Let's go, D. Big series right here. 55. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. 24. Sponge.
From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Rush in. Rush 55. Check 43. Check. You go tight.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Returnable for Grant. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 21-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Check, 47. Here we go. Watch the safety creep. 47's the mic.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Now 3rd and 5.
Set. 19. 56. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. No. SOS.
From the 50, it's Watson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
Check right.
Out of the gun, Watson. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? They take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. What a difference a week makes. 5 interceptions in their last game. Here we are, 4th quarter. He's played mistake-free football.
And I'm sure that we can look back on the past week and say, okay, he spent time in the film room and they worked on his mechanics. Sometimes it's just your team believing in you, your coaching staff believing in you, and you relax and play to your potential. He's doing that in this game.
They try and run on first down, but this one's going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
2nd and 12 at the 39-yard line.
Let's go now. Eight together. Oh, here we go. Oh.
On 2nd and 12, Haskins. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a gain of 7, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Redskins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now Haskins. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides. So I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's right.
Anytime we have
That's
a
right.
defensive battle. But that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play. And the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
Lindsey going to try and run it in. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And they turn the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized a little bit on top.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Back to the air, Haskins after the pick 6. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Second and 10 now. Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
This one into the hands of Metcalf. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Stop your body.
They're going on 4th down. Haskins, wide open receiver, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down. clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Haskins. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Haskins will throw. It's complete to Grant. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 39.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. He's going to rifle one deep left. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
I know one thing. The team that had the ball and was driving, they're going to feel horrible. But the team that was on defense, I think we got to give them a little bit of credit, able to hang in there and force a key turnover.
In the red zone, though, had a chance to tie it and an opportunity missed. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd and goal now in a 1-score game. Oh, and they hadn't stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. He'll try to run this one in. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
43. Check, 43. Let's put him on the buses.
This time Haskins will look to throw. Flushed out right. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yeah, the opportunity squashed. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Right there. Good to see. Come on. Shit.
Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Lindsey. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. The win for the Broncos seemingly assured. They go down to a knee. So with that knee, 3 weeks in the books, and they creep above 500 now at 2-1.
You know, I played with a guy once after taking a knee at the end of the game, and he came in and grabbed the equipment manager and said, make sure you wash that spot, special, because I just took a knee for a win. That tells you how much guys enjoy that, because getting a win, no one takes it for granted.
Down to a knee goes Watson, and that should just about do it for this ball game. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.